Last time, Getty enacted a brand new plan, taking over Goku and trying to take over Earth, but it wasn't successful, although Getty's still out there. What's going to happen next? We'll cover all that and more in this third part of What If Goku Merged with the Big Gete Star. Following the events of the Buu Saga, Goku is now seemingly back to himself, at least in the sense that Getty's not part of him. But there are some lasting effects of Getty. For one, whenever Goku uses Super Saiyan 3, he doesn't notice any flaws with it. Vegeta eventually tries to get it for himself, and for some reason when he uses it, there's a big problem with the ki draining. Goku doesn't have this flaw. Although thankfully for Vegeta, with his ultimate form, he doesn't even need to worry about that anymore. He could just use ultimate to draw into the potential of his other forms. What happened was, Getty actually found the flaws of the form, and had Goku reactively evolve to it. So, Goku has no issues with Super Saiyan 3. He could use it as his peak, and there's no drawbacks. Goku also notices a few other side effects. Getty altered his body after having it for so long. Goku grows faster, and he has Babidi as part of him. It also fixed the other limitations of Goku's body, such as not being able to breathe in space. Goku has more stamina overall. He was basically genetically restructured to become the Ultimate Saiyan, and he doesn't even know most of what he's capable of just yet. Of course, other things aren't going to be a part of him right now, like the fact that he had all of Getty's knowledge, or the insane adaptation Getty has. Plus, regeneration is no longer a thing for him, but he still has some lasting effects at least. Eventually, Beerus wakes up and comes to Earth. Battle of Gods itself would go pretty much the same. Buu's there, Goku's still the strongest, and really the biggest difference is that Beerus is going to be a lot more impressed with the Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Still, Super Saiyan 3 is not going to be enough to actually beat him, but Beerus is going to like him more off the bat. Also, with Goku having Babidi as part of him now, it does make him wonder if he should dabble in magic, because even though that was Getty that absorbed him, it was Goku's body that he was absorbed into. That Babidi cookie that he ate, it's still within Goku's body. Well, not in the sense that the cookie's still there, but rather the powers that he got from that. Poor Babidi, because after being turned into a cookie, of course he gets digested. Anyways, Beerus is pretty impressed with Goku, and he knows nothing of godly ki, nor does he know anything about the Super Saiyan God. So they summon Shenron, and the ritual goes pretty much like normal. I guess the only other difference here is that Kami's still the Guardian here instead of Dende. Other than that, same cast, pretty much the same events, and Goku has a little bit of a better time with Beerus. What's more interesting is what happens next. Getty retains Goku's body out in space. The Big Gete Star begins to form once more. Of course, Getty's trying to keep a low profile, so it's not going to be going towards any planets that actually have life on them, at least any strong life on them. Who knows if Getty's going to be sensed by someone, or come into contact with a civilization that will actually be able to contact Goku, or get any help from any external source. So Getty finds dormant planets with pretty much no life on them, and builds them into the Big Gete Star. This metal Goku here is the head of the hive mind. It's the sentient version of Getty at the moment. The chip is housed within metal Goku, and will always act as a backup for the Big Gete Star. Instead of just being a small chip floating throughout space, Getty now gets to be a sentient life form, with a physical body to protect itself. Deep in space, metal Goku sits alone on a moon. Absorbing the moon whole, of course, but he looks out into the vastness of space, trying to detect any life forms out there. Maybe there could be another target to take over. Over the past few years, Getty's amassed more than enough data, alongside the material needed to create the Big Gete Star, so there's a lot of material for backups. It's essentially become the Big Gete system at this point, taking over an entire solar system. It's also a star in the literal sense, having surrounded the star completely, using that as fuel. But expanding beyond this will definitely catch the eye of somebody, so at some point, Getty will have to stop laying low. The metal Goku remains here, creating more of a housing around him, just to ensure protection. But clones of Metal Goku are made, sent farther out into space, trying to gather more data. Following Battle of Gods, a group arrives on Earth to hunt down the Dragon Balls. It's the Frieza Force, looking to revive Frieza. That happens pretty much like normal. Frieza gets revived, and then he recovers, because he was in pieces after all, now starting his training for the next few months. Not too long after he's fully recovered, there's a breach in the mothership he's on. There's reports of a metallic being boarding the ship. Frieza gets prepared for battle, not too worried about this. He hears metal footsteps walking down a hallway towards him. And then a very familiar looking person steps through the door. Well, it's not really a person, but it looks exactly like Goku there, specifically the Super Saiyan version of him. And immediately he's on guard, thinking it actually is something to do with Goku. Not just that, seeing the Super Saiyan hair, it slightly strikes terror in Frieza. By the time this happens, he's already been training just a little bit, but he's not fully done with it, so he's stronger, but not too sure if he's ready to fight. But he keeps his cool. Frieza then quickly tries to destroy the Metal Goku, which works until Metal Goku reforms himself. This of course isn't the main body, just another clone of his. And Getty asks Frieza not to attack. He has a proposition for him, although he probably shouldn't assume this form for now. He then morphs into something else, taking on the shape of Frieza. The Metal Frieza explains what he is and what Getty is, particularly the Big Gete Star. Frieza wants to grow stronger, doesn't he? And there is actually a way to do it without training, a way for him to grow strong enough to actually defeat Goku. They do have a common goal after all. And the more Frieza hears about this idea, the more he decides he might actually like it. Although, it's not that he's just agreeing to Getty over here. It's also because Getty's able to slip himself between the floorboards and then attach himself to Frieza that way, trying to influence his decision there. Frieza seems a lot more corruptible than Goku, thankfully. Despite his own mental fortitude, it feels a lot easier for Getty to take over someone with evil in their heart, especially after his own experience of taking people over, and after studying Buu and seeing how he absorbed others. It became pretty easy. So Getty assimilates with Frieza, creating a new symbiotic relationship with him. Eventually, Frieza ends up going to Earth. The beginning of this all goes pretty normally. Gohan's pretty much where he was normally, Piccolo's gonna be weaker because he doesn't have Kami as part of him, and everyone else is pretty much the same. So things start changing once Goku actually teleports in with Vegeta, and Frieza's the one to fight. This time Vegeta decides to go up first, showcasing his ultimate form against Frieza. Frieza's a bit confused at first because it doesn't look like Vegeta's transformed at all, but he has, and Frieza could sense a power increase, and slowly, Vegeta's power continues to grow as he draws out more and more of the power. Vegeta barely uses any of the power of the ultimate form to fight Frieza in his final form, and then Frieza shows off his new form, Golden Frieza. This forces Vegeta to go to full strength, although Frieza can't read his strength now. Even though he's still an ultimate, he's drawing out Godly Ki. He's accessed Super Saiyan Blue by now and is just channeling that through ultimate. Getty's even a little confused too because he should be able to sense this, but Godly Ki is not something he's come across. At least not the way they're doing it right now. With Kid Buu as part of him, he actually does have some sort of Godly Ki within there, so after accessing the data from that fight, and everything he learned about Buu, he tries to switch the Ki he's sensing, and he can feel what Vegeta's giving off. It's the same type that Goku's giving off at the moment. Vegeta then completely destroys Frieza, but he regenerates, in a fully metallic form. There was a little bit of Frieza that survived, just one of his eyes, and Metal Frieza forms around that, and now they see what they're truly dealing with. Getty's still around, and he's merged with Frieza. And they should know by now that even if they try and destroy Frieza's body, he could just create more clones of himself. The defeated Frieza soldiers there all get absorbed, and then they get absorbed into a hunk of metal that's nearby, powering this remote version of Getty, with the main body of Metal Frieza going inside of it, and then another Metal Frieza replaces him. Vegeta right now is actually stronger than Frieza, which is pretty huge. Although, as he fights the Metal Frieza clones, slowly he's starting to get worn out. Goku joins him too, using Super Saiyan Blue for himself. At the moment, Goku is the strongest, so even with Vegeta being stronger, Goku's above him, since his body so easily adapts to certain things now, and he still grows more rapidly. Frieza laughs. He might have lost his body again, but he's still alive. The Big Gete Star allowed him to cheat death. Earth will become part of him like Getty wanted, and Frieza will get to kill the Saiyans like he wanted. The two of them together will become so strong that no one can stop them. Although, Frieza's brain then shuts down. Getty completely takes over him. Frieza was just another means to an end. He could have done this at any time, and he just wanted Frieza to bring him back to Goku. He was trying to be covert, and now that his hand is fully shown, there's no point in hiding himself anymore. One of the Metal Friezas talks to Goku, in a different voice this time. It's good to see him again, and Goku can see exactly what's happening here. They haven't just merged together. Getty was actually able to take over his host this time, kinda like he did with Goku by becoming Majin. And Getty says he's impressed. Goku's become a pretty interesting warrior. He always was before, and that's why Getty modeled himself after Goku after this time. But he wonders if Goku's strong enough to defeat him as he is now. Frieza is pretty powerful after all. Especially after all that training, he's grown pretty strong. And Getty thanks someone else who's watching nearby. He thanks Bulma. Typically, he'd work with his host keeping control and reaping the benefits of the Big Gete Star. But the Big Gete Star became fully sentient over time, especially after Bulma tried deactivating it, essentially keeping it as a separate personality from Goku. Getty was originally just supposed to work with Goku, even if it was trying to lead Goku to evil motives. But by splitting the two of them, she essentially gave Getty his own personality. Completely by accident, though. That wasn't the intent. So Getty is fully sentient now, and Frieza's no longer sentient. He doesn't even control the core of the Big Gete Star at the moment. He's just another battery for it now. Another vessel that got discarded. The Big Gete Star quickly starts expanding, taking over Earth a lot faster this time. Plus, he's learned from his last mistakes. He knows Goku and Vegeta are probably going to go for the core, so this time, he's not going to let them overload him. And even so, Gohan and Vegeta had so much more power last time that it allowed them to overload him in the first place, but now he might be way stronger than Goku and Vegeta, so that might not even be a possibility. The Big Gete Star continuously expands, trying to take over Earth a second time, but Goku isn't too concerned. And this time, he'll be sure to destroy Getty for good. Beerus is about to step in because he is watching too. He and Whis float above, trying to not get absorbed by the Big Gete Star. Not that it would be a problem for them. But Goku says he's got this. He wants to try something out that he got from Beerus. Goku is already great at replicating stuff, and thanks to the Big Gete Star, he's become even better at that. So he charges all of his power, and then prepares a single attack. All the ki goes to his fist, and he punches right through to where the Big Gete Star's core is. And Getty's laughing. What, is he gonna try to overload him again? Not exactly. Goku's fist then starts glowing purple, and then he opens his hand, launching a Hakai, aimed right at Getty's core. And Getty laughs at first, but then starts to get a little bit worried. This could be something he adapts to, but it's a little bit hard to adapt to it when you're getting erased. He's not going to be able to regenerate from this. Goku's Hakai is purely targeted at him. So even though Getty's trying to merge at Earth right now, being targeted at the core is a good thing because the rest of it is just material he's absorbed. Vegeta watches from the outside of the core. It explodes with a brilliant purple light. The core collapses and all the metal Friezas then deteriorate. What Goku just did is simultaneously erase Frieza and Getty, at least the part of Getty that was on Earth. Of course, the main backup exists out in space. Very well, he'll learn from this, and next time the Hakai won't affect him. He must say though, he is impressed by both Goku and Vegeta. That was a pretty smart play. Vegeta asks if he thinks Getty's gone for good, and Goku's honestly not sure. There's no way Getty didn't come with a backup plan this time. For all they know, he's still out there. Maybe he has another trick up his sleeve. Maybe he'll attack soon. Maybe he won't attack for a few years. Who knows? All he does know is that he only just temporarily slowed Getty down. But at least they got rid of Frieza in the process. Although it does confuse Vegeta. Why would Frieza willingly give himself up and be controlled by Getty like that? Goku says that's the thing. He probably willingly didn't merge with Getty. So, who's to say who Getty's next target would be? There's no way of knowing. Of course, not even Getty knows either. And with that, we'll leave off here for now. What did you guys think about this part? What's going to happen next? Leave your thoughts and ideas in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys think. As usual, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help out the channel, and it shows me I want to see more videos like this. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.